Think we are going live any minute now. I think we are live. Hello, hello, hello.
Okay.
Hey guys.
Huddle, huddle, huddle. Save.
Save.
Build
¿Qué
a.
pasó, no?
Sound money. Don't you be drinking my coffee. You want to be up here or not? You got to behave. All right. Hey, eat your heart out, Bitcoin motorist. I just inherited this doggy, and I think she might be pregnant. So, at any rate, I got to work with her to train her. But
What's her name? Gringa?
Gringa. So
Gringa. That's a good
that's
one.
what we do. Yeah, Gringa. So, anyway, guys, I wanted to do this special show, and the reason I wanted to do it, Ty Zen came out with a really good video. I mean, I could relate to it because we both did a long time in federal prison, and we both have been successful after we got out. And he just did a video on, I think he entitled it, that you have to have the ability to make tough decisions.
Right.
And the tough decision that he had to make was when he was locked up, his brother was charged at the same time, and his brother actually got more time than he did because he had an extra. They put a gun charge on him, which he didn't have a gun on him.
Yeah, I watched it.
And then he
implanting stuff,
yeah,
right?
They planted the gun, and then they gave him more drugs than what he actually had.
Yeah. Mine was the opposite.
Yeah, most of that's very unusual unless it's a plant. But this never seems to be accurate. I've found that in most all the prison cases I've looked at, they're short either the money or the drugs or both. And so the honest cops, the honest DEA, the honest FBI guys, they just take the money. And like,
for instance, my case was the money.
The money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I had more money. I mean, I know the amount of money I had, but when they were reading my charges and everything, some of the money was gone.
Right. Yeah.
So,
so that's the case.
So I mean,
if it's,
I don't know if
it's cash. It's not.
It was cash. Yeah. Because
the money. And the thing is, the president's not going to argue with that because if they got more money, it's more time.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you can't.
It helped me out a bit. So thank you, DEA.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what you guys don't understand. The United States is so damn corrupt, and you guys believe in it. You know what? I don't burn the flag. I don't like people that do. But also, I'm not willing to die for stupid, silly causes,
right?
Like this Iraqi war. Vietnam was another one. It's just complete foolishness. And I'm not a pacifist. But we're getting off point. I wanted to outline this, and we did invite Ty might show up. I don't know if he saw what
I sent him a telegram. Hopefully he sees it. So
all right. Well, if he can, it'd be great. Because I really like the guy. Now we're completely opposite. He's a shitcoin trader, which I trade the shitcoins, but as you guys all know, for the most part, I sell them short, and I use it as an arbitrage, and been very, very successful at it. He trades Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, and he's been very successful at it. But what he was outlining was he's got a brother that has just done time, and because of President Trump signing this new bill, where they can only sentence you for what you're indicted for.
Right.
Reduced his sentence, and his brother got out 4 or 5 years early. Apparently
earlier than
planned. He just got out, but he was supposed to do another 5 years, except for the legislation that was passed.
Right.
So, I mean, I was going to listen to this and say, wow, why wouldn't you help out your brother? He just got out of prison. And
then he outlined it.
And he outlined it in the show. And basically, the reason is that Ty, he got out and had nothing, and he struggled and worked his butt off. And he says, he sent his brother $30,000.
The first time. I think he had a heart attack, right?
Yeah, he's had 3 heart attacks.
Wow.
And so
3?
So he's had 3.
Oh,
and
shit.
So after a second or third, he sent him money. It's a total of over $30,000.
Right.
Which is a fortune in prison. Can you imagine $30,000 in prison? I mean, I mean, you can't even spend it all. They
Yeah,
have a
with
limit
that
on
kind
what
of
you can
money
spend.
in there, you're a baller, guys. You're a baller with that kind of money in there.
So, but the whole point was, and he sent it to him with the stipulation. He says, "Look, you know what? I may not be around and may not be able to help you out. So you need to save this money. So when you do get out, you'll be able, to buy a secondhand car, an old wreck car,
Good enough for me.
get a laptop, get a cell phone, and be able to pay first and last month's rent on an apartment. Boom, so you got to save a few $1,000s for that." And he got out of prison and didn't have a dime. And so basically, he says, I'm not helping him any because he still doesn't get it. And he basically said, when I was struggling, I wanted to, you need to make it easy for people that know what they're doing, that have built well.
Right.
You have to make it easy for them to teach you. You cannot, and I thought that was great. I kind of call it this way. I always say you have to have eyes to see and ears to hear. If you don't have eyes to see, if you don't have ears to hear, you're just not going to get it. And so, what I teach my traders, and a lot of you guys, are learning it,
Everybody.
and a lot of them have learned it very quickly. Is I completely turn everything upside down from what most people teach. And I just say you're not going to get it unless you have eyes to hear. And actually, I adopted that phrase from Scripture. I think in Revelation it talks about, you know what, you're not going to understand what I'm talking about unless you have eyes to see and ears to hear. Let those that have eyes to see, and Scripture is full of that. If you don't, to most people, Scripture, the Bible is foolishness. But for those, if you say, I will.
No, that is true.
And the Lord says, knock and you shall find, or seeking you shall find, knock and the door will open unto you. So it's not like he's in total absolute control, but he also wants you to put forth that effort, and he's there for you. But if you think you know something, you have to come. You come to the Lord. You come to anything in total, complete humility.
Right.
And when you do that, you can really learn things. And I just wanted to because I got a lot out of this video. It sounded really stupid,
interesting,
and crazy. Why wouldn't you give but I get it completely. The goat lady might show up here too. We've just run through very similar things in our family. We made the mistake, not really a mistake. Hopefully it's a learning experience where I've
had many
children
that
me. Think they know everything and say, okay.
Kind of like when I said, no, I don't need a license, ugly. And he said, no, you actually need one, and insurance.
I wanted Eddie on here because we've both done time in prison. So we relate in this thing. And there's a really good, because Eddie's learned, life's lessons are hard. So he's going to tell you his story, but let me set this up a little bit. I started selling Dish Network when I got out of prison, and the first guy I worked for stiffed me for $3,700 when I had nothing, and I was just desperate for those funds. So I went to work for another dealer who was reputable and paid me, and I really learned how to do it well by the by the time I stopped selling Dish Network, I made a dealer #1 in the country, and I sold all over the country, never directly with Dish, just as an authorized. I sold to authorized dealers and figured out, how to do it. And then I built the voice broadcasting business where we do mainly political and B2B calls. And in the 2016 election, I finally, after building that business for 10 years, and it was very capital intensive, I had to buy equipment. The only time I used credit was to buy equipment because I knew that equipment would pay for itself, within less than a year, within 8 and 9 months. Now I still had that debt, and it took me until 2016 to pay off. We just had a banner year. I paid off all those credit cards. I had a little hodl. I had a decent hodl. But I gave Eddie a nice bonus, which at the time I think Bitcoin was, and I was thinking about giving him Bitcoin. And I said, he doesn't really know or get it yet. So instead, I gave him like a lump sum. I think it was $5,000.
Yeah.
And I said, now look, because he's always, living paychecks, borrowing. I said, look, here, you gotta keep this. This is your emergency. You shouldn't have to borrow from me anymore. Well, what happened? About 6 or
No, it was like
weeks later.
a couple weeks.
Yeah, he needed to borrow money. I said, Eddie, what happened? So what'd you do? Tell us what you did with that 5,000. What happened? Because you needed a bank account. So
Right.
you went and opened a bank account.
I went in there like an idiot, like everybody does.
Go to the bank, and the first thing
I
they
got
want to
soft talked by some random guy, like a whore.
Well, he's a banker. He's selling the bank. sells you insurance. So I said, "Oh, we know exactly what."
Yeah,
to do
we
with
know
that
what you want. We know what to do. And I went in there, and I trust. Yeah.
So what did they do with your $5,000? Tell me about that.
Well, it's still there. I'm gonna get it soon. Even if Ugly would have given me that kind of capital, and if I would have kept it, I'm pretty sure I would have just. He told me honestly, you know what? I didn't want to give it to you because you don't know what you're doing, and you might have spent it, and I probably would have.
But he was afraid. He didn't listen to my instructions. Now, he didn't ask me what should I do this insurance thing with the bank. He said, no, you want to make his own decision. I get it. You got to make mistakes to learn. But there was essentially a whole life insurance policy. And he'll have it all. And he says, I said, if I had it here, I know I wouldn't touch it, and I know I'd have it.
Right.
Problem
right.
is,
exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
But it wasn't liquid. You couldn't get it out right away. Or maybe you could, but a huge penalty. And said, and I'm going to save this for my children. Well, don't save it for your children, but the child really doesn't appreciate it a lot of times.
No, they don't.
And if I get, thankfully, I didn't give you Bitcoin. I kept the Bitcoin, and I turned it in many more Bitcoin, whereas everybody else that I gave Bitcoin almost to a T.
Yeah. I remember your accountant was a happy camper. Remember that?
Yeah. So, basically, we learn these lessons, and it takes.
No, here's the other one. He told me, hey, get your license. And I said, no, I kind of felt, no, I don't need one. I don't really drive much. Okay. So I kind of like.
And most people in Mexico don't.
Yeah, exactly. A lot
most
of like
cars,
we could say like
the taxes are so high. Most of the 70%
of Mexicans don't have a license.
They don't even register their cars. They
right.
Just drive it.
Or insurance. And he said, you know what? Oh, he actually did give me a car. He said, switch the title, just get insurance. Remember that?
Right.
And then I said, kind of like really didn't pay attention. So I'm there like a dumbass again. Didn't get a license, no registration, and no insurance. Boom. I have an accident.
Yeah, I get this call. I'm in jail. Because if you don't have insurance in Mexico,
what are you doing in jail? He told me, what are you doing in jail?
And sort it out later. That's
yeah. And he said, what are you doing in jail? And I said, well, actually, I didn't call him. My wife did. And then he goes, what did you do? And I said, I didn't do anything. That was the point. But another lesson learned.
Yeah, it wasn't even his fault on the accident.
Exactly.
It was a trucker that caused the accident.
Right.
The trucker
fled.
Off. Yeah. So now you get sued, right?
I got sued. Exactly. I got sued. I had to pay certain people. I had to replace their car, and then they still try to stiff me. I had to pay. The lady actually said
basically everything you earned from me was going to pay that
exactly.
off for about 9 months. He was working for nothing for 9 months.
Oh, the goat lady's here.
Oh, all right. Well, Goat Lady, we're getting the Goat Lady in because we're talking about. Have her watch this video too, and so I said, you know what, you probably have some good stories to tell about this because this is really.
I can be here.
Yeah, we can. No, here, look, we got 3 here. There you go. So, come on around.
Hi guys, sorry for this interruption.
Well, you're fashionably late, and you're fashionably late and a whole lot better to look at than us.
Okay. Keep going.
So you watched the video. What did you think of that video that ties in that? I just thought when I saw that, I said, you know what? We need to do a show on this because we're just running into the same problems that he has personally. We had to make some tough decisions, with our children. And it's not because we don't love them. It's because we do love them.
Yes, I know. We do love them.
To be honest, us as kids, we don't see that. You know, we don't see it till like we get into trouble or I don't know, something struggling or something like that. We don't get it. And then now that I have kids and they're doing kind of like the same stuff I was doing, it's hard. Ahora que tengo los míos, pues como que allá la miro. Ay, güey.
These are the problems, the troubles that you
Ándale, ándale, ándale.
Yeah, we have some problems
Issues?
issues, and not just with the children, with all
All
family,
family,
with
it's
friends.
almost not just our children, with family, with friends. You know, it's actually it's just amazing how many people have a view of entitlement, and especially here in Mexico. It seems to be almost a part of the culture, much more than the United States. Now, we have an entitlement segment in the United States, but for the most part, we're we have a different view of things, and that's why it has its positive and negative sides. Right now, there's riots in the street, which is also, I get it, it's an American way, but we also have a constitution that exactly outlines, how we peacefully protest. And, all peaceful protesters' lives matter. But, if you're out there and you're looting and you're rioting and you're attacking people, sorry, but your life no longer matters. And it is a proper role of government to protect the citizenry from evildoers. Now, those evildoers can be domestic, they can be foreign, from foreign invaders. It can also be the government itself. And that's really the role of government is not to provide social welfare, not to give everybody a universal income, not to provide health care, not to provide for Social Security, but simply to protect citizens so we can go on about our daily lives in a peaceful manner. And in that sense, this is why I'm not an anarcho-capitalist. I think that that's a very bankrupt philosophy. It comes from Murray Rothbard, and basically it's very atheistic. The premise is the individual is sovereign, rather than a sovereign Lord who's in heaven, who actually has given us very clear instructions on the way we're supposed to live. So that I have a very different view from that. I understand the other view, that's why they're anarchists and they don't believe in limited government, and that's my biggest distinction. So I do consider myself an Austrian economist, but not from the Rothbardian school. So I went off a little bit on the sidetrack there, but for those that are a little bit, want to be intellectually kosher, that's where I'm coming from. But that said, what did you think of that video? What do you think it ties in?
I like the video, but you know what about the rights? The people, everybody have their own rights by the law. But in Mexico we was had President Benito Juarez, remember?
Mm-hmm.
And he's the first. The say and right is under the Constitution too. The rights of one person finish where somebody else right start.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's why. But you know what? Hearing about the video, how we can help the people and how in Mexico is more difficult because everybody, for example, in my family, we are six, three sisters and three brothers. We are six, but I always work hard. I come from a poor family, but I always work hard and I always have some savings for my children, before ugly. And I always had to save money all the time. But in my family, everybody, in Monday, everybody are asking for loan money or whatever. And now that we are trying to do.
Have we ever been paid back?
ugly No, never pay back. That's the problem. Never pay back. Whatever it is, if it's
Business
$5, $100,
Or
$50,000,
or
business, whatever,
Yeah.
is difficult. And we try to help them, but never pay back or whatever. But the thing is, about the Tyson.
Ties in.
Okay, about the video that he said, we have to think, and sometimes we have to think more and how we can help the people. Sometimes we thinking that we are doing good things for them, but we are not. We are doing it not best, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the way he put it. That you, I thought he put it very succulently in the fact that he says, if you really want to learn from someone that knows, you have to make it easy for them. You have to make it easy for your teacher to teach, and that's and that's what I try and do in my Medium articles. I try, first of all, and make it's a different concepts that I'm teaching, but and we've been very successful on the Telegram group because people have respected that, and I can actually just teach without. But what about that? And what about? And I said, well, you know what? I've already addressed that elsewhere. Go, study it, and for the most part, all of the issues have been addressed. But what I teach is just completely upside down to what is out there and what people take for granted. And I actually do go to the point, so you know what, throw your charts away. You're not ready for charts. You throw your charts away, study on, just worrying about your equity, worry on managing your own funds. You don't need to be a subscriber to what I teach until you have a hodl. So if you're out there working, build your hodl. Once you get a Bitcoin or two and you want to learn how to manage that hodl and trade it, I can really help you. And I think everybody on the group can attest to that they've seen me do this time and time again. They're just amazed. And I just sit here like I was telling Juan Golf a few weeks ago. I said, I don't see what's so hard, but I get it. People are amazed by what I do, and I'm not amazed. Just kind of it's easy. It's not easy, but once you get it, it just kind of becomes a part of you. And it's principles. What do you think of it? This is I just adopted this dog this week, and we're afraid she might be pregnant. So
she's going to talk too.
You know what? I got to get my glasses. I can't read it. Oh, here they are. Let me see if there's any questions here.
No, I had a timeout.
Okay.
A certain people and another one. Yeah, just too much profanity among themselves.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah, well, we invited guys. This is a public show. We invited everybody. We did not just when we have just our subscribers. It's much more intimate. But I thought for people that are have followed me, this will kind of open it to anybody that follows me on Twitter. Maybe they looked at my website, read a few of my articles, and they said, well, should I subscribe to Ugly Old Goat? Is this really worth it? And I say, well, probably not. If you don't have a hodl, you don't need me yet. And if you read my articles, you will never need me because I've really covered it all. It's on, and we just transferred all the articles over to the website.
To the website, yeah.
So you can actually go through them all now. They're not sorted in any way, but you can go through at least in chronological order, and see how it all started from the time that I first started writing the Medium articles, and that's how I started. And then I stopped trading because I wanted to write. And after I started to write a few months, I said, you know what, I'll start trading again. And that was in the fall of 2018, and ran 2 Bitcoin into like 22 Bitcoin in about 6 weeks, and then started again in February. And that's when we started the newsletter. And then last year we ran 2 Bitcoin into 30 Bitcoin. And this year we started over again with 0.6 and we're at 30. So, it can be done. It can be done consistently.
Here's the.
Yeah. So go through and start with that article, and there's one before it, I think, that says blowing out the bottom with a smile. And then my other one that kind of sets the stage for everything else is I am saving, which is basically if you're hauling, you want to reward yourself by saving. But I wanted to cover this because like I said, I relate to Ty because we both been through the same struggles. We both made it, and with starting with nothing. And I know that, and a lot of you are, blessed with a lot more. I mean, I've had things in the past and I've made it and lost it. This was Zen, Ty Zen never really had anything because he was locked up as a very young man, for drug deals. And so he came out and how he did it is it's an amazing story. And so I do recommend, he's got I haven't subscribed to his course or anything that he's got, but he does some really good videos, and he's got the principles of entrepreneurship down.
Can I say something? Yeah. Okay, I like the part that he said, something that he said about his mom, what is the country where he's lived?
Vietnam.
Yeah, he said that he's a successful man in the United States. He's went to visit his mom, and he's buy nice furniture. He says for Vietnam, yeah. He said it's a luxury furniture, and he's wanted to give something nice to his mom, but he's left the beautiful and nice furniture in his mom's house, and when he's come back, do you remember what he said?
The furniture was gone, right?
No, his mom put in some place and lock up.
Lock it up.
Yeah, because she's having embarrassing the people that visit her, so that nice and luxury furniture, because that's not the area. She was not ready for that furniture, And that made me remind my beautiful living room, luxury, beautiful couches on the living room. And I had to put cover because I had the children's jump on, my grandchildren's are eating on the couch, and I had to cover up I said, someday I will have nice and luxury couches in my beautiful living room, and I can show it up everybody, but until the children's grow. But that is about the children's. But he said that he's wanted to give something nice to the mom, but she wasn't ready for that. And that's what I understand about that video. And sometimes we want to give things to the people that we love, but
they don't appreciate it.
They don't appreciate it.
No appreciate.
And you're actually doing more damage.
Yeah.
Yes, make more damage because later on they want more and more. And they
think they're entitled to more.
Yeah, they're not entitled to have more. And like Ugly told me.
Or they get mad. Oh, last time you gave me this and now you won't give me this. Right?
Yeah. And like Ugly, he's gave to me whatever I want, whatever we need. And the first, whatever we need, because we was have a lot of needs before, but now I can get whatever I want. If I want a Raptor, we can buy a Raptor. A Lamborghini. But I told him, you know what? I'm not ready for that. We are not ready for that luxuries here in Mexico. Probably we will.
No, lo levantan de volada uno.
Yeah. Probably someday we will move to somewhere else. We can have more luxuries. We can live much better. But you know what? I'm comfort. And the way that we are, we have beautiful house. We have different houses, and we are building another more of the country.
And I think it's safer here, and the food is much better here.
The food is much better here, but we cannot have much luxuries too. And we are not really in Mexico for high luxuries in some families, but anyway.
Well, I mean, the Mexican people here are very market oriented. They naturally are entrepreneurs, but seems to be the system that kind of holds them down, and they are complacent much more than we are as Americans. They will put up with things that we simply would not tolerate. So that's one difference. So by the same token, I think Mexico is a much more polite society than the United States. That's
Yeah, I
the way
think the
view it.
U.S. is a little bit rude now.
Yeah.
It's getting a little
So,
rude.
but anyway, I just I don't anything else that we wanted to cover. I just thought it was a very good
Yeah,
video. It
very
expressed. I mean,
good.
this is in other words, you're going to have to make tough decisions, and you have to have that ability. And when it comes to trading, you have to do it too.
Right.
You know, and you have to just say, you know, I we just put on this gold trade, and I said, and everybody like people were having problems with it because it was, you know, volatile. And I said, well, this is a seasonal trade. You just have to, you know, go into it for what it is. And basically, you know, the low should be made this month. And I didn't know if it was already made when we went down. They're under 1900 or not, but the seasonal was so strong, it looks like it's starting to work now. But you have to, uh, there's the whole thing that I teach is not that trade because it makes no difference if it works or not. And that's people don't understand. If you're just desperate that you have to have a winning trade, you're definitely overtrading. If this trade doesn't work, it's not going to affect me in the least. And even though I put on a fairly sizable position because I was actually, I used what we call a goat stop where I
Right.
enter position and then I add to it if it goes against me because I didn't put on, you know, all that I could have or really wanted to. So that's the way that one of the things that I teach, and the same thing with in business. I was going to just mention in 2016 when we were doing we you were with me in 2016.
Yeah.
That's when we kind of my business finally really took off. It bloomed, paid off all my debt, was able to buy it.
Great election year that year, huh?
And it was a great election year that year. We had some major campaigns, and that was
Florida
also the
and
year
New
I was
York, I
able
think.
to buy enough Bitcoin that I started trading on BitMEX. And that was the year then that I was in the top 10 of BitMEX.
Yeah, I remember that.
That I
Yep.
literally was in one of the top 10 traders. And that year. And then in 2000, it was would have been 2018. For the whole first 6 months, I couldn't. I was breaking even. I wasn't losing, but it just wasn't. I was just breaking even, and so I decided. And I got blown out of the market once. I said, you know what? I'm too focused on this trading, and I don't really want to be. I really want to teach people how to do this. And I want to take a break and start writing about Bitcoin and how it's a standard. That's where I started, and just started back in a very small way. And so one of the things that I teach is that there's a lot of large traders become small traders. A lot of people don't get that. They think, oh, these whales, they control. No, they don't. Whales get blown out. Go ahead.
Yeah, but remember before that you are in the top 10, you lose 2 or 3 times.
Yep.
Remember
Yep.
the huddle and the bank account.
We went down to where I just had my original hodl. But I got hit. I've been hit by exchanges that went under.
Yes.
I overtraded on one instance, and and all that happened, on the journey. So
on the journey, everything is on risk. You can win, you can lose, but when you learn when you learn how to play, everything is more easy. Like you said, all the time that you got it, what you have to do is easy. But until then, it's difficult. It's difficult. You can lose, you can win, but you have to keep going.
All right. So we got in. What other story do you have to tell here, Eddie? We were talking about.
Well, I think that's the last one where I really got the point where
your car accident was the last.
Yeah.
So I think Eddie's getting ready. You want to tell a little bit about what your new plans are? You're getting
pretty soon, me and someone else, we'll start doing kind of like something new, but it's basically going to be in Spanish. It's going to be all Spanish, all Latino, and try to reach the Latino community, everybody.
basically you don't know much about Bitcoin,
Right, right,
and you
right.
want to learn.
Right,
So
right,
you're
right.
going to learn publicly,
Exactly.
and we're going to invite, and basically there's a lot of people. There's not really a Spanish speaking program out
Well,
there.
what I've seen so far from the a little bit research that I've done, I haven't seen something like that. You can say here in Mexico or somewhere online, you know, Hispanically wise or Latino wise or something. And I think it's going to be a good idea, you know, invite people. I'll probably see if I can have, you know, a couple of nice speakers on there in the beginning, you know, something in Spanish, something crypto in Spanish, because
Yeah,
it needs to be done, because
and
down
everybody's
here,
at a different
nobody does
level.
it.
Yeah, everybody's at a different level.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And the whole thing is, he's had enough experience now that I think he'll be very successful at building a hodl and creating a wealth, because you've learned some of these hard lessons. I mean, you no matter how much I would tell you, it just didn't register, right?
Right, until it actually happened. And then another thing is something else I learned too is stay away from your in-laws. Stay away from your in-laws. Maybe some of you guys have a better understanding. Maybe you've had luck, but I haven't so far. So yeah, stay away from
Because
them.
never is late for learn.
Yep, that
Never
is true.
Late, it never is too late.
And
for
it's
stuff.
true what the goat lady says. Even if you let them borrow money, they'll ask you again, because they say, oh, like for instance, to be honest, they've asked me for money because they think just because I work with Ugly, you know, I have money, but it's not true. You know, I get by, but I'm not complaining. But
Yeah,
I did it once.
And they have their
Yeah,
demands.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, yeah. I mean, I bring in what it's for mine, but then since I kind of like live kind of like on the side with them, they think they're entitled to come over to my house and grab my stuff. I'm like, what the fuck? No.
Mexican culture.
see, and then like the first time, I have internet.
Down and have a fence
Yeah,
around
like
it,
the
it's
first
not
time,
yours.
like Ugly gave me, he told me, you know what, I'm gonna let you work from home for a little bit, but after that you have to come into the office. And I said, okay, that's fine. So I grabbed my internet, you know, I get my internet, I get this and that, and then next thing you know, they just come over and like, hey, can I get internet? I'm like, no, the fuck, I pay for it. And they said, oh, we'll help you pay for it. And I actually believed them, and I gave it to them for like for the first couple of like 3 or 4 months, and then boom, nothing, no income. I was just paying like a sucker. I'm like, no, you ain't getting my internet. The
You
fuck?
need it to earn a living.
Exactly. They think because it's already there. They're like, okay, well, just let me have it too. I'm like, no.
I remember.
See?
I remember when we met you, and
Oh, yeah.
House and
Yeah.
talked with the neighbor, and I said, you know what, we will have some office.
Exactly.
here,
Yeah,
and
exactly. And then
internet,
yes.
Oh, when you have the internet,
Yes. That is true.
We'll be
I had to get a referral from Ugly that time, because they wouldn't rent the place to me, because my wife's family, it's like they're suckers, or I don't know, but they were owing people money, and then I was involved. I'm like, what the hell? I'm not even in that family. So because of them, I suffered not renting a place. But then Ugly said, no, he works for me, and believe me, I pay him good enough money, and he'll pay you your rent. So I had to get a referral from other people. I suffered from my own family. It's like, what?
The family say, oh no, he's bad with the money.
Yeah. I'm like, what the hell? You don't even know me, lady, you know?
But later on, they are asking.
Yeah. And then they ask, yeah, exactly.
Whatever.
I mean, because Ugly pays me okay. I mean, I get to go like places where they don't go, you know. I got a membership at Costco. I got a membership Smart and Final, this and that. So, you know, I have a nice little income, and which I can't complain, because I'm living way better than some people here. So then they come over and they think, oh, he already went to Costco, he has this and then that. And then they come over, hey, do you have this? Hey, do you have that? I'm like, dude, what the fuck, you know? They think they're entitled to my food. No.
Yep, that's why. you pay the people in Saturday. Normally here in Mexico, we pay people on Saturday, and then Monday they are asking
Yes,
borrow money.
look at that. Rainfield Donnie. Yes, you are right. It starts with the internet and you end up paying their food. Bro, oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, and you know what? Sometimes we have people. Oh, they are asking. I love help the people. I love help my family, but most my mother. I give whatever she's need, medication or whatever. But the thing is, the people around in my family and some people that we don't know it, they just knocked at my door when I was sick. I was in bed, and one cousin come by and he asking for gas. If I if I had gas because his car I run out the gas. And he wanted that I get up to go and see him and take out some gas from my
He's
truck
all
to
laughing.
give to them when I was sick. And I said, you know what? And I told my
Or,
children.
or they'll probably say, no, it's okay. I'll pump it out of your car.
Yeah, they want to do that from the car, from
Dude, you'll mess up the
ATV.
car. What are you doing? No.
Yeah, but the thing is, I say,
Hey, look at this Bitcoin motor.
¿cómo dice? En español, no somos beneficencia pública.
Oh, she means we're not beneficiary factors like help,
Whatever they need.
Yeah, whatever they
can
need,
ask
it's
for
okay. You
us.
can come to me.
I say that, you know what? No, and no.
And they get mad.
Yeah, they are mad. I'm bad, but I look. Last week I just told my children too. I'm bad. If you think I'm a bad mom because I don't facilitate everything to you, I don't give whatever you want to you. Sorry. Yes, I'm bad. And you know what? I will be more bad.
Yeah. Sometimes it hurts. Like for instance, I know for a fact that my son, he likes to play his Xbox. He loves it, and he likes playing that game Minecraft. So they started school and I had to take it away. Se los tuve que quitar. And I said, you know what? I'll give it back to you maybe November, towards your when you're going to get your little vacation, then you can have it back. You have to work first. You have to work hard for it for me to give it back to you. Because even if I do give it to them, they're just going to be like playing and ignoring school, which is something I don't want, because it's hard. I mean, other things from that, or they'll tell me, hey, you know what? I want to go to quieren ir a las cañadas.
Oh, okay.
They want to go to the pool. So I said, okay, fine. So my youngest son, I asked him, you want to go there or you want to party? This and this and that, you invite your little friends. And he said, no, I don't want that. I want the pools. And I said, okay, fine. Well, then do your homework, work for it and I'll take you, something family event, so basically they have to work hard for it. And if they don't, sorry, buddy.
Yeah. And I'm having this show because, my view is there's two kinds of entrepreneurs in the world. There's those that have Bitcoin and those that don't. And there's also a whole lot of people, the vast majority, that want to be entrepreneurs and they don't know how. Now, ties in, that's what he's teaching. He's teaching not just trading, but entrepreneurship. And that's what I'm doing. Now, we come at it differently because I believe in the Bitcoin standard. He's made his fortune in the crypto world. And I think that's had its place and is coming to an end. And so I guide you into Bitcoin only. And I do encourage you to become very proficient and good at whatever you do and become the best at it. And I can attest that he's done that. I don't run my other business. He's running it now. And people have a hard time when you make money off the internet, because a lot of times he says, well, he doesn't do anything. I said, well,
he don't do much.
Well, she's honest. She's honest, at least, No, and that thing too, like, sorry to butt in or cut out, but like where I live, they're the type. I mean, they're not the type. Sorry to say that, but they're the kind of people that think, oh, you're a man. You're supposed to get up early, go work out or something, and bring in the bread. But in my case, I didn't grow up here in Mexico. I got my high school and everything from the States. So when I did that stupidity, I get out here and it's really, really way different for me,
Yeah, well, I'm glad you brought it because I'm going to go into that.
And
Eddie's an
and
exception because he's a deportee. He can't go back to the United States. He was
yeah,
born
I'll
in
get 10 years
Mexico.
for life.
Yeah, so
Or life.
now I'm here voluntarily, but it's really important because he he wouldn't be working for me except A&E safe.
Yeah, he actually found me at a winery. They came in a couple of times and I was there working, you know, and he actually said, "Oh, you know the language." I'm like, "Oh, that's kind of cruel." But anyway, he wanted to hire someone else which did not know the language, which he actually at the end was instigating because I was working for him. So he was throwing dirt at me and I got fired from that job, you know? So I came to him and I said, "Hey, you know what, man? I think I'm gonna start working with you differently. Is there a way you can hire me full time?" And he said, "You know what? I don't know." I said, "Okay." He said, "But you know, I'll give you an opportunity. You know, you have to learn this VC, you have to learn the Stratix. And if I see you work hard enough for it, you know, maybe we'll see." And then, so when I started working for him, I didn't know crap. He gave me this thing and he just threw it at me and he said, "Learn it." And I said, "Oh shit, what am I going to do?" And I told him, "Hey, well, can you help me?" And he said, "Oh, I can't do that. I'm not a good teacher." I didn't believe him until like, yeah. After like months, I was watching YouTube. I was doing this and that. And my own family members thought because I didn't get up early at 5 a.m. and started working in the fields or whatever where they work at, I was lazy because they see me sitting there at home just on my computer and you know working and just sitting there. And sometimes, yeah, the dialing will let me get up for 10, 20 minutes, have a little break, and then I have to sit down. And it's not just sitting down because sometimes it'll stop and then I have to stop the whole thing. I have to get hold of the
Yeah, you can
Stratix or something.
Right.
Like the other day, I was having a hard time. It wasn't dialing. So it has its up and downs, you know?
You have a lot of freedom,
Exactly.
but it's also, you have to be there.
You have to be there. And then you have to do reports. You have to update this. So they don't see that. They see me as this dude, just a lazy guy sitting there and a computer which is not true.
I'm going to say another thing too, because I want to hit this issue. There's a lot of people down here that are like Eddie, where they basically they're U.S. citizens, they're Americans, but they grew up their whole life in L.A. or somewhere, you know, and
usually L.A. or California.
Yeah, L.A. or California, and they, you know, get in the middle of a drug deal or something, get busted, do their time.
We were idiots.
Get busted, and then they get deported. Now they're down here in Mexico. And amazingly, you know, you've done an excellent job of adjusting because there's a real problem here. The people that have been deported are not respected for the most part or looked up to because so many of them, they don't want to incorporate where the new reality, which is, you know what? The average wage is $100 a week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's it. Yeah. And that's what you learn to live on. And they won't even look for a job. They rather have money sent to them from their families. And there's so many of these people that are down here that you know, like I say, that it's, and Eddie as what a lot of times, you know, what we consider to be curses are blessings in disguise.
Exactly.
And like my time in prison, I have embraced it as part of me, a part of my blessing. I am who I am. And I think Eddie's learned that too. I mean, sometimes he really gets homesick. So I'd like to go to the US, but I said, you have a great opportunity just here. The whole world, hey, get the message. The whole world is open to you now through Bitcoin, except the United States.
Which I don't want to go back now because it's kind of crappy now.
All right. So I wanted to cover that issue because, yeah, guys, if you're a member, and this is our members here, members, if you want to learn trading, I know you guys, a lot of you have really improved your trading. I'm so glad I've been able to teach you on that. Those of you that you know, are looking to just, you know, keep doing what you're doing, learn whatever business you're in, learn it well, become the very best at it. And then you also have to have different priorities. You know, the goat lady really had a hard time with me because when I had my business before I had Eddie, I was doing it all. And I didn't know. My business was built on going 24/7. People could call up, and I could make 1,000,000 calls in 2 hours. You call me, and I'd have it out within an hour. And I built this great reputation. But I needed to have electricity, and I needed to have internet. And down here, electricity and internet is not that important
To some people.
It's luxury.
It's a luxury. And I said, no, I said, my internet, my electricity comes before beans and rice. No electricity, no internet.
There's no money coming in.
And there's no, we do this before and one of the things that's very hard with my business, I built it because of the service that I offered. I could never plan anything. When I lived in San Diego, and somebody needs something, or I thought that it was like you say, I thought everything was running fine, and I had to go correct some error, something went wrong, or somebody calls up and wants to do something right now. And so you're on call 24/7. And so, you're in business not for your own convenience, but to serve the customer. Once you get that, then the business comes to you, and you do get more freedom, but you're going to sacrifice a lot to get there. You just have to sacrifice.
Yeah, because like for instance, I have to stay here sometimes, and I have to go like just the weekends to my house. So because Ugly sometimes I'll be like, I want to do a show at 5 a.m. If I'm not here, Juan's not gonna get up. He likes his beauty sleep. Juan, I'm kidding. Juan, I'm kidding, Juan. We know you get up. I'm just messing with you. I'm just having fun. I'm messing with you.
He wants to.
Yeah.
He's starting to get everybody.
No, but Juan, I'm just messing with you. No, it's not true. No, I mean sometimes. Shively. I'm just messing with you, Juan. We're just having fun. It's not true. Anyways, back to the topic.
Protest too much.
No, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. I have to sacrifice myself being here mostly all week, and then my kids don't see me till the weekend, and then that causes issues in my personal life, because they're like, oh, this and this and that. Well, if I don't sacrifice myself coming in here to work, like he said, there's no bread, no butter, no beans, no rice. So I have to suck it up too sometimes, Staying here sometimes is not easy, but at the same time, it's fun. I like working here. I love my job, and I have fun here. So.
Well, we tried to.
Ugly kid. Like the message.
Oh, do you? Oh, yeah. So your brother, we tell him about the last time you let your brother drive the F-250. You don't let him drive that anymore. What happened?
Oh, yeah, was a big mess. Like that we say, everybody thinks they have the right to get whatever they want. The first time that I had my brand new F-250 diesel, because I'm a tough woman, I like big trucks. Big everything.
Oh, we need to get those kahunas on the back for you.
Oh, yeah. And for my, the Racer too.
The Racer too, okay.
But anyway, that day I wanted to go and have party with my friend, just go out and have a glass of wine. And my brother called me and said, you know what? I'm here in the city because he's lived 3 hours away from Ensenada. And he said, "Oh, I come to see things from my job, and can I stay with you?" And I said, "You know what? I'm going out, but you are welcome for a stay." And he says to me, "Can I go with you?" I said, "Okay, I'm going to pick you up with my friend." Okay, and we pick up him. But later on, we went in a winery in a cava, and I had 2 glasses of wine, but we wanted more because they are closing up. But he told me, you know what? If you want, I can drive. And I said, okay, because I start to be a little bit dizzy. We wanted to go and have dinner and all that. And we went there at the place that we wanted to go, my friend and me. And was no parking place. There closer was no parking place. And he told me, you know what? If you want, I can take you off here in front of the place that you want to go. And I'm going to park the truck 2 or 3 blocks away from here. That way you don't walk much. I said, okay. And we are waiting for him. And finally, like 40 minutes after, he's called me and said, Eunice, I need your help. I say, my help for what? Oh, because the police got me. And I said, the police got you? Why the police got you? Yes, I'm here in a police control, but and they stopped me, and they had your truck. I said, what? My brand new truck is in the police. The
There's
police.
no more coffee.
They stole. The police stole my truck. The police stole my truck. Stole my truck. He's are far away. We are on one side of the city. He's are on the other side of the city by 10, between 10 or 11 p.m. And when I've been there, I say, my friend, you know what? We had to go looking for my truck, and we had to pick up my brother. We take a cab because I was minutes before I was a brand new, beautiful truck, and later on I had to take a cab. But anyway, we was difficult with my brother. We worked out with that, but I never let his drive my truck again.
Yeah, and then I had to learn the same mistake.
Oh,
With
yeah.
your brother.
I remember that one.
Uh,
We were
the rest-
actually here, and Juan and Ugly, we're not bullying you, but Juan and Ugly Juan and Ugly went out, and they said, we'll be back. Went out. And then Ugly thought it was a good idea to fill up his wife's, F-250. And I said, oh, that's a nice thing to do. It's a diesel, Ugly, not gasoline. So
Oh,
Ugly
but the
filled
thing-
it up with
Gas.
with
With
gas
gas?
instead of diesel.
Yeah, and when he's come back from the gas station, he told me, my love,
I have a
pull it
surprise
up.
for you.
I have a surprise for you. I said, what? I never like his surprise because always he's a problem. And he told me, I fill it up, you truck of diesel. I say, that's your surprise? Yes, I fill it up with diesel. I say, yes,
No,
it's
with
okay.
gasoline.
No, I told him.
Oh,
to-
diesel.
I
Oh, okay.
told her.
Want to
'Cause
jump
I was teasing. I was teasing her. I thought.
When I'm so passive and say so comfort, I say, oh, thank you, my love. Thank you for do that for me. I can borrow my truck all the time do you want. I say, no, but I put diesel. I say, yes, it's okay. The truck needs diesel all the time. And he said, what? I put gas in the truck.
But then I didn't learn it again because just 2 weeks ago we went out to Orindia with your family, and I had the Raptor. I knew everybody wanted to drive it, and I'm not the Raptor. I had my Razor, my 2-seater, my Suzuki, and it's got a semi-automatic. So it's not the other one that I bought's an automatic. But if you don't know how to drive a stick, and this is a semi-automatic, so you don't really need to, you don't have to use it, and it won't, if you're don't put the clutch down, it will start in third. You don't have to use the clutch, but you should. If you drive it, you still use the clutch. And I said, okay, I will let your brother and your nephew drive it, but under one condition: they have to have their wives with them. Number one, 'cause I figured that way it's not going to get
In trouble?
too much trouble. And one of the wives was pregnant, so I said, and here's how you shift this thing. Well, it came back, and the clutch was burnt, and it's $1,000 to fix that machine. So sorry guys, that's the last thing. Nobody is going to drive. That's my baby now, and I can't allow people that don't know how to drive a Razor drive it, because it's a expensive hobby, and I love it. Believe me, we're going to go out again. So okay, DK, when are you coming to visit? Oh wow, I don't know. We were going to come to Europe, but we're not.
No, I told her that.
Oh, when is Daisy going to come?
Yeah,
Okay.
when is yeah.
Yeah.
said-
Oh, yeah. It's sad because the summit in Bali is off, so it's kind of.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're not having it. So that's kind of fine, because I really want to get this book written and on equity trading, and so hopefully I'll get that done before and published before the end of the year. So that's the next big project that we need to do. The website is getting updated, guys. These guys have linked me up with LinkedIn and
Yeah, hold
what
on.
else?
We'll share that now.
Okay.
So hold on. Let's.
You want to introduce Jose Luis?
Yeah, he could send in the back.
Jose, come around here. We want to
He's a
introduce
new member.
New member of the team.
He's the one that they want to do this Spanish show together, and they'll have. I mean, I have all this equipment here, and I want them to take advantage of it. And if we can teach people, again, the hardest thing to do is get people into Bitcoin and Bitcoin alone. So if you guys can accomplish that task, and why the
Here
Bitcoin
is
standard
the
so important.
here's the page, guys. Follow it.
I don't use Facebook, but they have Ugly Old Goat on Facebook, so that's fine. And you got
Twitter. No, I mean, what was it? LinkedIn. And what was the other one? Periscope.
Yeah, we're just trying to
Instagram, guys.
I'll still be writing on Medium, but I'm going to start linking everything, hopefully, to the web page. They just don't show up as nice on the pictures, but I think our website developer is going to add that feature here. So we just want to get as much independent from all the platforms as we can. Use them all, so hopefully I don't get kicked out anytime soon, but I'm sure I will be. Because we don't mind being politically incorrect here. And we got Instagram now too.
Oh yeah.
Wow, cool. I don't know how to use that.
There we are.
All right. So
follow us, guys.
All right. So we're gonna have a bigger presence, and then I'll probably use my auto dialing. Once we're set up correct, we'll probably be calling every
Here we are.
business in the United States and be driving them to the website. And guys, if subscribers, I do want to encourage you. I'm trying to figure out how to do it. We found out that when I know a lot of your trading has been turned around. If it has turned around, if nothing else, if it stopped the bleeding, if you stop losing, you're starting to get it, because you're not going to get it. You have to trade actively for a year, break even, and then you're ready to really go to the next level. But we just, I don't know where my thoughts were, but we're going to develop the website. We want to develop this whole concept of putting yourself on the Bitcoin standard, how to manage it. And again,
we should have showed them the affiliate, huh?
Oh, okay. Oh, we got that. We're going to have affiliates.
All right, hold on. Let me share it first.
Yeah. Is it already up and running? We just started it. Okay.
I think so. There you are.
Okay.
We're planning on adding more, guys.
Yeah.
And also some Amazon stuff. So you guys go in there and
but for you members, I know what I was going to say. You members that if we turn it around, send us a testimonial, because you know what? We found out we did some analytics, and one of you guys sent a testimony, and I retweeted it. I put your affiliate code on it, and it got a lot of following. So it's one of the things that we need to do is these testimonials that you guys say, yeah, I'm a subscriber, and it's really turned my trading around.
Testimonials.
We don't want to be lying. And if you hate me, if I've misled you, please let me know that. But I know so far I've got nobody. I've had a lot of people that actually wanted their money back because they thought they'd be able to mirror my trades or follow my trades, which you can't do. But they have learned and subsequently found out that, hey, this subscription really pays for itself. It's not going to pay for itself if you don't have a hollow. You're not ready for it yet. But that's where we are at. All right. Well, all right. Well, I think we're done. Have we covered everything? I want to give a shout out to Ties In. We're doing this show because of you, brother.
Yeah, Daisy. Daisy. Someone already pointed it out too. My bad. We'll get that fixed. Sorry, guys.
The fire alarm
It needs new batteries.
Every 30 seconds. Remember I told you like a month ago?
Oh yeah, that's there we go.
Yeah, but do you remember what is the right thing to do if they don't do that yet?
Oh, don't pay them.
Yes, until then change the battery.
Oh, okay.
They will change like that.
They remember. In other words, that improves the memory. That's a
Yes, that improves the
memory improvement, guys.
Withhold payment until there's batteries in there. I mean, I don't even hear it. I tune everything
That
out.
disturbed me. You know, I'm not the only one that disturbed.
Yeah, Daisy and where's the other? Oh, here we go. Austin. I think it's Austin. Was it?
Is that why people find it rude when I have gas?
What?
Never.
Yeah, it was Austin.
I know, sorry, but I never understand you, George.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, yeah. See, Austin, the smoke
Oh,
detector
there we
needs
go.
a new battery. Yeah, thank you, Austin, for pointing it out. But
Yeah,
now,
but the goat lady's been pointing it out for a
Yeah.
month, so I guess maybe they'll get the message from Austin instead of the goat lady.
Yep. That's why.
Uh,
But anyway. Okay, anybody that want to
Wow.
come and visit the Bitcoin house and the Bitcoin trading lounge, everybody are welcome. Let know us when you are coming. You can stay in a nice hotel. You can stay around us in our house. We have beautiful house. I hope soon we have another house and we have a new place to take them to have fun, right?
Yep. Taking the what?
Rendira.
Rendira, yeah.
Rendira.
We got
Nice
this.
place.
Give me at the right time. You might get a ride on our
Racer.
razors. So, yeah, Donnie Rainfield. I have not watched that South of Paprika. The guy made 4,000 ROI in 2 weeks. There's all kinds of ways to trade and make money, guys. So you can do that. Scalping, it takes a tremendous amount of discipline. And it's much different from position trading. Scalpers do tend to get hurt very badly when a market starts trending and breaks out and keeps on going. But for example, this last week in the gold market, if you were a swing trader, you could just, cleaned everybody's clock. I kind of combine the two. I teach position trading along with trimming. But there's all kinds of different ways. Everybody has a different way of trading it. Also, I would also be very skeptical in that anybody can do it for a short period of time. I made the decision to publicly broadcast all of my trades. And I challenge anybody that is done the 4,000% in just 2 weeks. It can't be a 2-week period because it's really not fair. He needs to show that he's not consistently doing that for a whole year. I would be very surprised. But anybody can do it for a short period of time. And the trick is, if you hit a lick like that, that's why you get it off that exchange. That's why I say the wise large trader voluntarily becomes a small trader again. Now you've seen me do that. I was trading with about 18 Bitcoin in the account. I cut it all the way back to 1.8 again. I'm a small trader again. That turned that 1.8 into 2.8, which is not a great return over a few, but it's not 4,000 in 2 weeks, but it's that consistency is what you see on the equity app. I don't know. Do you have the equity app added on here so you can show?
Yeah. 1 minute.
We can kind of share that if you want. But yeah, the most important thing is the consistency, because I know a lot of you guys in trading, it's really not that hard to be successful. It's really hard to continue to be successful, not have those severe equity downturns. And you want to, and also, if you're trading like that, most likely you're on the edge of your seat all the time. Whereas what I'm teaching you is much more passive. And you can go to bed at night and you're not going to get, you just never put nothing. You should never have whatever you have on an exchange, if it disappears tomorrow, it should not affect your lifestyle in any way. And that's it. That's how you control. That's the number one way that you control your money management.
Let me see if I can get it on here.
All right.
Having a little difficulty.
Yeah, I mean, we can show you the equity app. That's one thing that you do if you're watching this and you're not a subscriber. One thing that we are offering is the equity app free, which is a member is actually
can't get it to work.
Okay, well, don't worry about it. We're just here teaching the principles here and giving a shout out to Ty Zen, because I just thought that was a very timely message. He made a hard decision, man. It's his brother. He loves his brother. And yet he knows that he's not going to help his brother in any way by, giving him a living that he now needs to, severe. The worst thing that these people are doing in the United States is sending the deportees money every month because, they need to adjust. You can make it down here. You can make fortunes down here. There's huge opportunities down here. But you need to adjust to where you're at, and whether, and you can. That's what you have to do. So, all right.
Well, I guess that's it, guys. We will see you next time.
Yep. Thanks for showing up. We're gonna get that fire alarm fixed.
Yeah. Because otherwise we don't get paid.
Okay. You don't get
See you
paid,
guys.
so get fixed. All right.
Bye-bye.